So, before Alex can learn how to create a beehive, he must first learn how to draw a colored line. We will add code to the below Replit window, and we will do this in two parts. So first, we need to tell the turtle what color we want the line to be. To do this, let's type in turtle.color orange. So, we're ready to set up. If we run that code, you'll notice an orange triangle. That is our turtle. So let's understand what exactly does that line do. So a string is anything that you see in quotation marks. It's a sequence of characters, whether they're letters, numbers, or symbols. In the code above, orange is a string. Be careful though, because without the quotation marks, it wouldn't be a string and it would cause an error in the code. Methods are basically like the turtle.color that we ran on orange. We use methods to get the turtle to perform certain actions. In this case, turtle.color is changing the color of the lines it draws to what color we tell it to. We told it to change the color to orange by sending it the string orange as an argument. So an argument is an input that you pass in the methods you use. In our example, turtle.color needs a string argument representing the name of the color to set the turtle. We passed in orange as an argument to that method. We could also have told it to change the color to something else, but at the same time, it has to be a color that turtle.color recognizes and understands. The colors that it knows are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black, pink, and gray. If we were to send anything else, we would just get the default color, which is black. So let's test that. I'm going to change orange to indigo. If we run that, you can see a black turtle. So now that we've figured out how to change the color of our turtle, let's try to draw a line. So to draw a line, there are two methods that we can use. Turtle.forward 50 and turtle.backwards 50. So turtle.forward will make the turtle go forward 50 pixels and draw a line in the direction it's facing, while turtle.backwards 50 will do the same but in the opposite direction. So as we mentioned before, the method in this case would be turtle.forward or turtle.backwards. The argument would be 50. And so 50 would decide how many pixels to move forward or backwards. But what even is a pixel? So an image is composed of thousands, if not millions of pixels. Pixels are a unit of measurement for digital pictures, similar to how we measure weight in pounds or long distances in miles. Integers are basically a whole number, whether positive or negative. So in this example, turtle.forward and turtle.backward both expect an integer as an argument instead of a string. This is because the argument represents the number of pixels you want to move. So a string would not work for these methods since it's not a number value. So if we want to move the turtle backwards, let's change this back to blue. The arrow moved backwards from its original position. If we want to move it forward, you'll see that it moved forward. However, if we were to run both, you notice that it went back to its initial position. So these methods can counteract each other, so be careful when you're trying to create shapes later. So now that we have completed our code You can run it all together, you can mess with it, you can change the colors, you can try and move it even further forward or further backwards and have a little fun with it. And then if you still don't understand how to do it, you can try to get an adult to help you figure it out, or there's always a lot of resources online. As something a little fun, we can also try the turtle dot shape method, which takes in a string value. So let's see what that does. Okay, so let's run it. And as you can see, our triangle became a turtle. We can also try to mess with this and see what other inputs it'll take. Let's try circle. A circle worked, and you can continue to mess with it. You can also look up these functions and see if there's a database of inputs online if you want to learn more, because I know I love to do that. Okay, if after pressing run you don't see anything on the screen, check to see if there's a red X beside the console tab. The console tab is right beside the results tab in the middle of the screen. If you do, you have encountered some errors. Please click the console tab and ask for help. Beware of the following when coding in Python. Do not use any capital letters. Make sure that none of the lines you have written so far start with any spaces. Ensure that the name of the color that you have chosen is surrounded in quotation marks and the color is between the parentheses. So basically, if I try to run this, say, without a quotation mark, let's say I forgot it, you'll notice there's a parse error bad token on line 4. So the good thing about this is it'll tell me that something's wrong with line 4. So I can look at my file, go down to line 4, and look at this and see what did I do wrong. That's where you can fix the quotation mark. If, let's say, it's a capital problem, we can fix that and lowercase it. If it's a spacing problem, let's say I accidentally spaced it out wrong, we can fix that. And with those tips at the very bottom, which are going to be extremely useful if you come across any problems, you can decipher what you need to do in order to get your code to work. Okay, now on to the fun stuff.